I've had a few days off recently, which has been fantastic, and during that time I've had a big long list of things that I needed to do around the house. Most of it is really boring, like cleaning the bathroom or doing the washing. Woo! But there was actually one thing on the list that I wanted to do, and that was build some shelves. Why did you want to build the shelves? I suppose that's fairly obvious. Because it was manly. Oh, it was bad. I got out my toolkit to get to work, and as I was doing so, I realised I didn't actually have the tools I needed to finish the job. Which, to my amusement, was very similar to a Bible passage that I've been reading last week, where Jesus talks about a builder. Jesus says, suppose one of you wants to build a tower. First of all, you'd sit down and you'd calculate the costs to make sure you had enough money to finish the job. And there's me. I don't even have the tools I needed to get halfway through. How funny. So I rang some people up to find tools that I could borrow, and I went to Homebase, blah blah blah.
Whoop-de-doo! What does it all mean, Basil?
You see, in this passage, Jesus is giving a challenge to his disciples. Yes, that's the people who are following him at that time, but it's something that is totally relevant to me, to you, to anyone who follows him today. Jesus is talking about the cost of discipleship. That's a term that many people struggle with. You know, we talk a lot about grace and everything God has done for us, and that is so awesome. And so to understand at the same time that we need to be able to give things up too, it can sometimes be hard to put the two together. But that doesn't mean that we can ignore it. Jesus talks many times about the need to take up your cross, the guarantee that you will be persecuted. You know, the whole New Testament is filled with this theme. And so Jesus is saying, if you are not willing to give up everything, if there's stuff you're going to hold on to, then later down the line you'll fall away. In the same way, the person who hasn't got enough money to finish building his tower can't go on anymore. You know, for me, when I was younger, the big struggle, the big thing I wouldn't let go of and give to Christ was lust. I was happy to give my whole life over to him, but for some reason felt the need to keep going back, keep claiming that area of my sexuality for myself. And for many people there might be different things that they struggle with. Maybe it's you don't want to give up leisure time, a career, you know, your sexual desires, money, or just your will. Whatever it is, there are things that sometimes we don't want to give up. And for me, I can say that as I was refusing to give up that area of my life, it caused more and more problems for me, the effects of which I still feel today. But the most awesome thing I found out in that journey is that God wasn't going to just give up with me. That actually he wanted to help me to give up. He wanted to help me to come closer to him. That's grace. And so I'd encourage you not to despair, not to give up, but give everything to God in prayer. Be aware of his presence with you. He wants to help you finish building your tower. And so this week's challenge is to ask God what it is that you're holding on to still in your heart, and pray for him to help you to let it go.